think today's day 48. It's been a while. I have just not been feeling it. Not been feeling like making videos. I haven't had much going on that has been going on in my head thinking about videos. I've been thinking about other things in life, my house, my lady, not a whole lot to do with shipping, so I apologize. My routine lately, you know, it's the exact same thing. I've been getting different projects, which is nice. A lot of different little projects back and forth, but the routine of things has got me just in this like constant workflow, and I've been listening to podcasts again, so I'm not thinking of videos for you guys and gals, I'm sorry. But I got taught a new knot a couple days ago. Last video I edited was day 30. So we're like, I know I've made a few videos since then, but I definitely didn't make daily videos. Anyways, like 2 or 3 days ago, I got taught a new knot. And I realized there's a knot that I want to share with you before that. So the knot I got taught, I'm going to share with you tomorrow. But today's knot is going to be the trucker hitch. Okay? So there's two versions of the trucker hitch that I've seen in my time so far, thus as a sailor. There is the original trucker hitch, which I'm going to show you in a second, and then there is the Chinese trucker hitch. Now, I found, I can't remember what the other knot is, but there's another knot that, I think it's the stopper hitch. You got like the West Coast stopper hitch, Chinese stopper hitch, rat tail stopper hitch. Mattering who you talk to, who you ask, there's just different names for the knots and the hitches, mattering where you're at in the world. And I think the Chinese stopper hitch, or the Chinese trucker hitch that I'm about to show you, it's more or less a good thing, because when they put, you know, the whole idea is like the made in China, and things, you know, fall apart or come apart easy. Well, for a knot, that can actually be a good thing, because you want a knot, and typically Chinese stopper hitches and Chinese trucker hitches, they serve their purpose correctly and hold tight. But when you need them to come undone quickly, they come undone. And I think that's why they're called Chinese trucker hitches or Chinese stopper hitches. But that's a good thing. They should do their purpose and hold the knot correctly for their purpose, but then easily be able to come undone if need be. So I'm gonna tie this right here. Yeah, right there. So typically, most of you have probably seen a trucker hitch like this, where it's just simple, round the tree, through the hole. This is not the desired or favored sailor's trucker hitch, in my opinion. Rarely ever do I use this, rarely ever do I see other sailors use this trucker hitch. The only reason you would want to use this trucker hitch on a ship is if you know that this is going to always be in this exact spot on this exact line, and whatever you're cinching down is, you know, you're always going to have this. So typically a trucker hitch can be used for, we're going to put it around the chair, back around my bed. Trucker hitch. So that way you can tighten things down, cinch them down. But the more and more that you pull on this and cinch this down, the tighter this knot becomes, and then this line basically becomes useless for other jobs except having a trucker hitch in it and cinching something down. So it's not good for cinching things down unless it's going to be for the exact same crate or whatever object you're going to be tying down, cinching down. If it's going to be used the exact same way for the exact same object every single time, yes, this trucker hitch is good. Because the more and more it tightens, the more and more impossible it is to get this knot undone. The only other reason I could think of using this would be maybe for like climbers, like cliff climbers or rock climber, whatever you call them, because you wouldn't want it to slip. You know, if you're hooking onto it for some reason or whatever, you're putting your little carabiner on it or whatever, you don't want this knot to slip, so you would tie it that way. But I'm not a rock climber, I'm a sailor, and rarely ever do I see this traditional trucker hitch. So I'm not even going to show you that again. It's so simple, it's so easy, it's so not commonly used by sailors. More or less, see, this one I'm about to do, I've been taught and seen as the Chinese trucker hitch, but I've also met a sailor here and there who just called it a normal trucker hitch. So the Chinese trucker hitch, you're going to make a loop. It doesn't matter if you're going over top or down below, because no matter what, you have to pull the bitter end of the line through whichever way. So we're going to go over top, right? Loop, over top, and then you're going to reach through the hole, grab the bitter end. And when I say bitter end, I mean the side that you plan on cinching with. And you're just going to pull that tight. So now you have this trucker hitch. Does the exact same purpose if you're going to want to cinch something down. Another positive thing about this one is, unlike the original trucker hitch, this one can also be adjusted easily to get a bigger loop for some reason, or easily undone, like it was made in China. And that's why it's the more desired trucker hitch, because typically you never know what you're gonna need this line for. You could use it to tie something down now, and on a ship you might end up taking it out, throwing the line into a bucket or a bin to be used later for another job. You don't know if this is gonna be the last time you use this line. So by doing the original trucker hitch, you've now made this line only usable for this trucker hitch, because once you tighten that down, I'm sorry, if I came across this line, I'd cut it. I just cut it. Oh, I only need this much, I just cut it off right here, cut this off and throw this away, because I am not gonna fight this trucker hitch if it's been cinched down and try to untie this thing. I'm just not gonna do it. Some people have the patience for it. I don't think most sailors do, though. I think, unless they just want to kill time because they're a bunch of lazy union workers, most guys will do the Chinese trucker hitch. Loop, through, and pull. Now, you know you've done this right, because if you loop that through, and say you start to try to pull from this side, it'll just keep slipping. Now, if you've done it right and you're pulling from this side, it's not gonna slip. That's what I got for you all today. Trucker hitches. I hope you enjoyed it. The only downside of the Chinese trucker hitch is, like I said, if you are trying to cinch something down and you just tie it backwards because you're just completely not looking at it or thinking about it, then the Chinese trucker hitch is going to slide on you. But it's because you're doing it backwards, or you're just, there's something wrong with you. But if you tie it correctly and you're cinching down from the bitter end, the side you should be cinching down from, the knot is going to work perfectly, and it will simply easily come undone. So that's it for today. Hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. Tomorrow I'm going to be going over how to tie a bowline, but a different bowline